Okay, are we all set?
Yeah, I'm so sorry about that.
Okay, we're on the record now in, let's see. This is Kalkaska County file, Annenberg versus Smith. This is case number 069052. And the record should reflect, sir, is your name Mario Smith?
Yes, Your Honor.
And so, Mr. Smith, you're here before the court today for arraignment on a bench warrant that alleges that you failed to appear for a hearing in front of Judge Boudet at the end of August of this year, and that you failed to pay child support as ordered. Do you understand why you're before the court today?
Yes.
Okay. And
I don't know, but sorry, but what address was that going to?
Previously?
Yes, ma'am. It was probably,
Previously, we had an address in Marquette, 500 Pioneer Road, lot 39.
yeah, I changed that the last time I thought. Because I'm not getting these. I now I'm living in Alpena. I just moved over there a while ago, like a month and a half ago. A month ago.
all right, that's fine. We'll talk about all that in a second. I just want to make sure that you understand why
Yes.
we're here today. Okay, all right. And Miss Leach, can you just kind of give me a status of this case and how the friend of the court wants to go forward today?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Smith has no current monthly obligation. He has an ordered on arrears amount of $350. His arrears are $17,916.22. The last payment we received on this case was a reduced bond in the amount of $1,000 back in February of 2023. Prior to that, the last voluntary payment we received was in March of 2022 of $220.19. Mr. Smith was arrested on July 3rd of this year on a previous bench warrant. At that time, he was seen before Judge Burmeister as Judge Boudet was out on vacation. At that time, he had ordered him to look for work, 15 places per week. He was to keep a log and turn them in on a weekly basis, and he had reduced his bond to a PR. We had adjourned the hearing on the bench warrant out to August 28th. At that hearing, he admitted that he was working for an ATM music festival. He had stated that he was working and he made no attempts to make payments on his cases. And speaking with him recently, or yesterday, I talked to him yesterday. He had told me that he worked a few days at the Ramada Inn and got fired. He told me that he claims that has another job helping a lady do some remodeling on her house, but she hasn't paid him yet. He said that he doesn't know when she's going to pay him, that she doesn't have a whole lot of money, but she's a nice person. He thinks that he'll get paid at some point. He had also stated on the record with Judge Burmeister that once he started getting paid from that ATM music festival, he'd start making some payments, and we never received anything.
I never got paid.
He failed to appear at that August 28th hearing, and that led to a new bench warrant being issued in the amount of the $4,600. That includes $100 cost. I mean, at this point, we would just be asking for a finding of contempt. He's had 11 bench warrants on this case over the course of the years. He's had previous finding of contempt. So he would be looking at the 90 days in the county jail. And I would just ask to leave the bond at the $4,600. That would be the purge amount that Judge Boudet ordered back in August.
All right, thank you. Mr. Smith, was anything that Ms. Leach just stated incorrect or untrue?
Yeah, yes, sir. I never got paid from that job. There are multiple people that are still waiting on payments, including my fiance. We haven't got paid. They keep saying they're gonna pay, they don't pay. So I never did get paid on that. Also the Ramada Inn job, I got a withholding of payment already from you guys that said you guys were taking that payment from the 2-day Ramada Inn job that I had. I still have the check. I can give you the check. I just can't cash it from in here, obviously. Also, I just got sober and clean. I moved to Alpena. My sister came and got me. I've had troubles with drugs. I'm doing the MAP program right now. I have multiple doctor's appointments every week, urine tests, all that stuff. I'm doing really good. So to lock me up, to me, just seems pretty, you're just sending me back. I don't get it. I understand where you're coming from, but I have an address now. I have steady employment, or I will. It's kind of steady. I'm just not getting paid. She's got to sell her house is what's got to happen. She's a real estate agent. She's also down on her luck. And I did log jobs. I got some logged. All I did was screenshot them. I didn't exactly understand how you wanted me to do that, but 15 a week, that's a lot. There's not that many places out there. Not only that, to watch 15 jobs turn you down over and over again, it's demeaning. It's horrible. And it's my fault. It's all my fault. I know that. I know, and I'm trying. That's why I got sober. I mean, I hit rock bottom. Man, we lost everything again. I have nothing. So I'm trying. I'm honestly, truly trying. That's all. I can't say much more than that, yeah, I don't know. I'm getting the Sublocade shot, to stay off heroin. And I'm doing good. I haven't had any falls. I'm staying with my sister. I have not received any money that I did not pay. It's not like I'm getting money and not paying you. That's not what's happening. I haven't had any money. I don't have any money.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, part of what Judge Burmeister tried to do, it sounds like, was give you an option if you didn't have money to show that you were at least working on things. And you just indicated basically that what he ordered you to do in order to stay out of jail and give you a PR bond was to submit the 15 job searches. And, it sounds like you don't want to do that, or it's too difficult for you to do. So if you don't have money, and you're not doing the job searches, you're not really leaving the court with much other option other than to put you into jail. So at this point, I find that you are in contempt for failure to comply with the previous order as part of the condition of your PR bond. You failed to make any payments otherwise. And again, the court doesn't really have an option. What else can I tell you to do? You're not gonna do the options that give you other than paying, and you're not gonna pay. So
I have a payment now. That's what I'm trying to say.
There isn't any other option. The court finds you contempt for failure to exercise due diligence, failure to comply with the court's previous condition of the PR bond. Because it is your second or subsequent finding of contempt, the court will order you to serve 90 days in the Kalkaska County Jail. That jail sentence can be purged with a payment of $4,600 plus $100 court cost. And I believe he would be entitled. Ms. Leach, was Mr. Smith arrested yesterday? So is he entitled to 2 days credit?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so 90 days with credit for 2 days served. And Ms. Leach, will you provide me with that order today?
I sure will, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, thank you. That's all for this hearing today. All right, Mr. Winkle, are you able to hear me okay?
Yeah.
All right, it looks like we've got all the council connected. So we'll go on the record now. This is Amelia Wingo versus Stephen Wingo, case number 2319470. The record should reflect that Mr. Wingo is present today by video from the Otsego County Jail. If I could have council put your appearances on.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning. For the record, Mike Crawl on behalf of the people.
Larry Brown on behalf of Mr. Wingo.
All right, we're on the record. Just 1 second, Mr. Wingo. We're on the record now for arraignment on an alleged personal protection order violation. And Mr. Rolla, have you had an opportunity to look at this file today?
I did. And again, I have a question for the court as to how a PPO can be issued on a situation where two people are residing in the same residence, specifically the same room.
Yeah, well, I guess that's the problem I have with going forward here today. Number one, the PPO was issued about a year ago. The file indicates it was never properly served on Mr. Wingo. And in fact, the petitioner never even picked up the PPO after the court signed it. And then obviously this situation arose. The police report indicates that the petitioner was living with Mr. Wingo. So Mr. Rolla, I mean, I don't know. My view is that this should be dismissed and the PPO should be terminated, but
My view is that this matter could not be proven beyond a reasonable doubt in light of the fact that the parties are residing in the same residence and in the same bedroom, apparently.
Okay. All right, Mr. Brown, is there anything that you wanted to state on behalf of Mr. Wingo?
Nothing that hasn't been stated on the record already, Your Honor. This is a very confusing case to me as well for the reasons that Your Honor, as well as Mr. Rolla, have stated.
Okay, so the court is going to dismiss the PPO violation, and I will get that order to the jail. But there's once that, and I'm going to do the so Mr. Wingo, you're going to be released here as soon as I can get that order signed and get that to the jail. Okay.
I don't understand.
You couldn't hear him?
I don't understand it.
Your Honor, I don't think he could hear you clearly. I believe he's hard of hearing.
All right, I'm not sure how to correct that. Can you just repeat to him what I've stated? I mean, the gist of this is that Mr. Wingo, the court's dismissing the PPO violation, and you're going to be released from the jail here in the next little bit. Okay.
I still don't understand what he's saying.
They're going to dismiss your case.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right.
Then you guys
Counsel,
go home.
anything further that we need to address for the record?
Judge, I do see that the matter may be submitted to our office for a request for a new warrant for domestic violence. That'll be handled by Ms. Brooker. I don't believe she's evaluated it yet.
Okay. Yeah, and that may very well be appropriate based on the police report. I just don't think it can go forward as a PPO violation. So
For the reasons I indicated on the record, I would agree, Your Honor.
okay. All right. Thank you. That's all for this hearing today, and all parties are free to disconnect at this time.